Now let's talk about insurance. Insurance is the sector where AI is changing the customer experience most visibly. Two companies are setting the pace. The first is Naked Insurance in South Africa. Naked uses machine learning for risk pricing and computer vision for damage assessments. A user gets binding car insurance quotes in under 90 seconds from their phones with no human agents. You can now ask ChatGPT for an insurance quote and Naked will price it for you. The second is Pineapple, also South Africa. Pineapple uses image recognition to assess damages and machine learning for dynamic pricing. They partner with Old Mutual on telematics-based insurance, where careful drivers get up to 30% of their premium back at the end of the year. What both companies shows is that insurance, which used to be phone calls and paperwork, can become an API call. That is a fundamental shift in a category that had barely changed in 50 years. Now let's talk about AI in customer service at scale. The traditional banks are not standing still. Two examples from South African stand out. The first is Nedbank's NB. NB is a conversational digital assistant powered by Casisto. As of August 2025, 4 years after launch, NB has handled over 9 million chats, processed over 22 million service requests, and 1.8 million clients. The key number here is this: fewer than 10% of NB conversation escalates to human agent. Live agent chat volume were cut by more than half within 12 months of launch. The second is Absa's Abi, also a South African. In June 2025, Absa became the first African bank to launch an agentic AI agent for customer. Agentic, meaning the AI does not answer questions. It executes loan application, open investment account, and processes across-board payments inside defined guide rails. The build took under 5 weeks. That tells you how mature the underlying infrastructure has become. Now, it would be wrong to suggest that every African bank has cracked this. The cable in Nigeria did extensive user testing of Access Bank's Temada, UBS Leo, and Zenith Ziva. Their conclusion: these chatbots persistently hand off to human and lack natural language depth. The honest reading is this: AI customer service in African banking works at the top tier. It does not work uniformly. The gap between the best and average is wide. Now let's talk about fraud and payment rails. The last fintech use case I want to cover is the most fundamental and the most invisible to the customer: fraud detection and payment infrastructure. The standout story here is Safaricom M-PESA Fintech 2.0 overhaul. In September 2025, Safaricom rebuilt M-PESA on the cloud-native, AI-native architecture. They deployed graph neural network, specifically predicts SIM swap fraud, social engineering attack, and identify theft. The result is an 89% F1 score on social engineering fraud detection. After that, transaction capacity went from 4,000 to 506,000 transactions per second. In 2025 financial year, M-PESA processes over 37 billion transactions worth $292 billion. This product serves 35 million users. This is what AI infrastructure at population scales look like. South African Bank has deployed similar AI anomaly detection on card not person and digital wallet flows. They publicly disclosed these in 2024 and in 2025 in response to 73% year-over-year rise in digital banking fraud compliance. The lesson is clear: as digital finance scale, the fraud surface scales with it. AI now is the only realistic tool to defend the rail. 3 lessons to close out on this episode. First, the next billion user in fintech will be onboarded by AI, not by human. If you're building a financial product anywhere in Africa, the question is not where to use AI. It is whether your model is trained on the data your competitors do not have. Embedded finance is the dominant architecture. The successful AI lender are not building customer-facing app. They are building credit layer that plug into super apps, telcos, and marketplace. Distribution is the moat. Thirdly, the bar has moved. 5 years ago, AI basic chatbot was the headline. Today, the headline is agentic executing cross-border transfer and production. If your AI strategy is still about FAQ automation, you are already behind. In the next episode, we're moving from finance to food. How African farmers, often on their feature phones, are using AI to fight crop disease, forecast yield, and unlock credits. Stay with me. Subscribe and follow for more updates.